Whilst I was in New York, the city suffered a terror attack which injured 29 people. The day following the attack, I met with the Mayor of New York and visited community groups and faith leaders and discussed the very serious threat of terror in big cities. We must be under no illusion about the scale of the threat we face. What I said, and I hope this fits into 140 characters, is part and parcel of living in a great global city is you've got to be prepared for these things. You've got to be vigilant. You've got to support the police doing an incredibly hard job, end quote. As we've seen from atrocities around the world, such as those in Berlin, Nice, Brussels, Paris and Istanbul, we cannot deny that major cities are a main target for terrorist attacks, much as we'd like it not to be the case. So it would be irresponsible not to prepare ourselves for such an attack. The current UK threat level from international terrorism is severe, which means an attack is highly likely. And the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police himself has said a terrorist attack is a matter of when, not if. In light of the significant levels of threats we face, and my top priority being the safety of Londoners, two of my early actions as Mayor were to increase dedicated ward officers, who are the eyes and ears in our communities across London, and to commission Lord Toby Harris to review London's preparedness to respond to a major terrorist incident. The report was published towards the end of last year and work is underway to implement the recommendations. Thanks to the extraordinary work of the police and our security services, as well as help from the public, we've been able to stop terror attacks in the UK. The counter-terrorism network and security services have successfully foiled at least 10 attacks in the last 2 years, with 294 convictions for terror-related offences. This shows that we cannot be complacent and must take this kind of threat incredibly seriously. To undermine and downplay the risk we face would be irresponsible of me as the Mayor of a global city.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you.
My point really was about the language, saying something, is part and parcel now of basically being a big city. It felt rather fatalistic, and it struck people as being slightly fatalistic to say that. And given that you, as you are the Mayor, your words will be picked over, could I sort of encourage you maybe to say next time words that have a little more urgency? I don't mean in the sense of actually trying to frighten people, but saying something is part and parcel is almost like saying, well, rather like bad weather.
I think it's part and parcel of our life as Londoners not to be complacent. It's part and parcel of our life to be vigilant. It's part and parcel of our life to cooperate with the police service. It's part and parcel of our life to recognise that the bad guys want to cause us damage. It's not being fatalistic, it's a reality. Not just my words, the security threat is severe. The Commissioner of the Met Police has said it's a matter of when, not if. And I speak to friends in Berlin, New York, Nice, Istanbul, Orlando, Brussels, Paris, Copenhagen, Sydney, Ottawa, Boston. It's not being fatalistic, Peter, it's recognising we've got to do our bit as citizens of this great city to keep us safe.
No, I accept that. You say that we should be more vigilant, or we've got to be vigilant. How would you say Londoners should be vigilant?
One of the reasons why we're keen to restore neighbourhood policing is these police officers look after us. If you think anybody's behaving suspiciously, buying things they wouldn't normally buy, speak to the police. Make sure the police have that information. If you have any intelligence, please provide it to the police. Some of these convictions have been got because members of the public were vigilant, gave information to the police. That was passed up. Arrests were made, people were charged, people were convicted. We've been kept safer as a result. If you see something left in a tube train, it might just be somebody being absent-minded. It could be an explosive device. Report it to staff who are trained to deal with that issue. And we can give other examples as well.